third annual Investors Conference, powered by FBN Capital, started today and had very interesting moments. Now, we had a great time because this conference creates the nexus for economic leaders, policymakers, and players in the market to converge, discuss, explore, and provide solutions to how Nigeria's economy can become viable. The theme for this conference, Tomorrow's Nigeria Through Economic Empowerment, has come at a time where Nigeria needs to transit from being an economy that is having prospects for growth to becoming an economy that has the viability for growth. Today's opening session was unique, as it had Mr. Kayode Akinkugbe, the MD of FBN Capital, opening the session.
It's no accident that FBN Capital has been central and very, very active in financing power initiatives. Rolling into this year, when we were thinking about what should the theme be, what should we focus on, we felt it was important to continue with the thought around enablers and catalysts, but perhaps broaden it rather than looking at industry necessarily, but talk about empowerment of the private sector.
Also, we had a wonderful presentation via video from Abuja from the Coordinating Minister for Economy and Finance Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo Iweala. She was speaking on 2014 and beyond, managing prospects for growth in the nation.
What we now need to do on the subsidies is convince Nigerians that the money we have gained from reducing the subsidies is being usefully employed to improve their lives. And there's a, trust between government and the people is quite weak. So we need to work really hard to convince people, Nigerians, that that money is being well used, and that will take some time.
It was an opportunity to once again see how the economic policy of this administration has been able to balance fiscal discipline and growth. Also, we had the man who drives enthusiasm for anyone who wants to invest in Nigeria, Mr. Olusegun Aganga, present FDI flows, Nigeria's positioning and competitiveness.
The private sector is doing what it has always done. So you find that almost most of them have training institutes, the bigger ones, not small ones, where they're doing and training people for their sector. But we want to use their training institutes, but we don't have enough training centers. That's part of the problem. So the idea is not to wait until we build all these training centers, but also to work with the private sector in terms of providing skills.
He spoke at length about the fact that Nigeria is the leading haven for FDI in Africa. Last year and this year, Nigeria has retained that position. And that FDI we attract shows how viable the economy is. Mr. Ganga goes on to roll out the plan to move Nigeria from being that nation that always exports primary products to becoming a country that has valuable relations in its exchange in terms of exports. And that comes to having a national automobile policy that will begin to see Nigeria produce automobiles, also have auto parks that creates employment and also boost industrialization. It also talks about various partnerships like the MOU with General Electric that will boost power for industrialization. It also talks about the various initiatives for the SMEs and various other plans, all geared towards economic empowerment.
It's Africa. Which continent has 6 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world? Asia? No, it is Africa. Which country is predicted by some to have the highest average GDP growth in the world over the next 40 years? You might think Brazil, Russia, India, or China. No, ladies and gentlemen, think Africa, think Nigeria. Thank you.
We had the international speaker, economist, and former chairman of Goldman Sachs Asset Management, Mr. Jim O'Neill, talk about Nigeria in the eye of economic emerging frontiers.
Produced by JP Morgan, licensed from markets. Really, since the crisis in 2008, 2009, It sort of shows the world bounce back quickly initially, and it's sort of tread sideways since. If you look more closely and rather encouragingly, actually it shows in the very latest month or two, we're showing signs of the strongest we've been for a couple of years ago.
We look at a new trend, the mint. The mint means Mexico, Indonesia, Nigeria, Turkey. This is a new emerging economic axis that we're going to transform the globe. And for Nigeria to be part of this shows that there's a future for this country. This country has to experience growth, but maintain focus on its economic policy. It also concluded with various sessions, one-on-one business meetings. It was a very unique event, and it promises to be even more exciting tomorrow as we look at asset management, a very key issue for our country going to the next level as an economic transformed nation. Asset management is key, infrastructure, in terms of various levels of engagements that will ensure that transiting from the public to the private sector, we have our assets intact. Don't miss it. If you miss today, don't miss tomorrow.